Welcome, I'm Dan Herman. This is the Trombone History Channel. This week we're going to be discussing the forerunner to the trombone, the sackbut. Now the sackbut was similar to the trombone of today, except it had a smaller bell, a little bit smaller bore. And during the 15th century, the forerunner of today's trombone, or the German Posaune, the sackbut was born. In the 16th century, considered God's instrument, being the first fully chromatic instrument allowed in the church, the sackbut filled two functions, mainly music. Little is recorded of the second, being used as an offensive or defensive weapon to protect the church. The effects, using a sound shock wave through intensified diaphragmatic thrust, the sackbut could incapacitate or kill at close range. King Henry IV outlawed the sackbut because of the horrific wounds it created. The building plans and artisans were put to death under King's decree. After the sackbut, the trombone came into existence with a straight, simple lead pipe, larger bore, and bell. While excavating the ruins under a church in Ulm, Germany, plans were found underneath the church that described in detail how these sackbuts were actually produced. During World War II, there appeared further evidence of this fascinating effect, as seen here.
1945. General George S. Patton is informed of troops with grotesque wounds found on the battlefield. Witnesses say they saw a musician running from the scene carrying a Posaune, what we call a trombone. The reports are dismissed as fairy tale until this film was captured from the Germans showing the new secret weapon in action. Nothing more is known of this apparent musical instrument used as a weapon. Upon seeing this film, General Patton was noted as saying, "These Nazi bastards were breaking the Geneva Convention with this dastardly device. Anyone seen carrying one should be shot on sight."
Today we're going to try and see if we can reproduce what was done with the sackbut in the 16th century, being used as a defensive weapon. This trombone has been altered with a double lead pipe to give us that same shock effect. And so, let's head to the range. Okay, we're ready to give this a try. And we're going to use that little stuffed animal as our target down range. Nothing. One more time.
Now I believe the harmonic dynamic is around an E flat.
Ah, all right, let's try an E flat. Ooh. It works. Let's do that again. Let's get another animal out there. One more time, E flat.
Hefty weapon.
I'll go ahead. That's pretty cool.
I got two. Okay.
Here's the last one. I see the neighbor's cat.
Okay.
Nah, we won't do that. Right? You can't buy these at any music store. So, quite impressive indeed. Now, if we break this down, you can see that by using a double venturi, we start a sound wave, and with the second sound wave behind it, this actually breaks the sound barrier, and that's where you hear that crack. It sounds like a rifle shot. This sound blast will go out and disrupt anything maybe 30 yards distance. Now, our scientists have broken this down into the mathematical equations, but the design of the Venturi is where it's all at. Unfortunately, the U.S. government has asked me to not show that, because if I did, they would classify all trombones as destructive devices, and it would be very hard to get a trombone. And so, this is the Trombone History channel for this week. Next week we'll be discussing the E-flat major triads and the Divertimento by Pasquini. Thank you.